All right, our next speaker is our Deputy Executive Director and Chief Operating Officer of General Services, Mr. Brandon Gainey. He brings more than 15 years experience in management and leadership roles from multiple organizations. During his tenure with the city, he has worked to promote opportunities for the Denver small business community to participate in design and construction and goods and service contracts.
Good morning, everyone. How are you? Good, good. All right, I'm going to see if I can figure this out. Oh, went backwards again. I'm going the right way? I'm not going the right way. I am going. Minty is twice. I see. That is the... All right. Now I'm going the right way. All right. Thank you, guys. Thanks for bearing with me. We should have done a dry run of this, I guess, first thing this morning. But again, my name is Brandon Gainey, and it's a pleasure to be in front of you guys today. Paige mentioned that I had both experience in the goods and services realm and the construction and design realm. I joined General Services not too long ago, and now working specifically on the goods and services side of engaging our SBE and MWBE community. And so what I'm here to talk about today is predominantly the benefits of becoming certified. Now, how many people in this room are certified right now in some form of fashion with the city? Great, great. All right, and so my next question is everyone familiar, I'm gonna go with this, the NAICS codes, the National American Industrial Classification Standard. Is everyone familiar with that term? You hear it NAICS. Okay, great, great. And so the importance that I wanted to emphasize here is that that's really how the city defines the work that we produce or provide opportunities on. And so it's so imperative that your firms and you being a vendor have the opportunity to become certified in all applicable aspects of the NAICS codes that are applicable to your services. And what I mean by that is there may be a painting NAICS code, or there may be, copiers or reproduction, but there may be about 3 or 4 of those in that category. And so to be qualified in everything that you provide an opportunity for is so important, because that's how the city awards our certifications. So I want to talk a little bit about 3 set-aside or unique opportunities that the city engages in that allows small businesses and minority and women-owned businesses some unique opportunities to actually, I don't want to say get a competitive advantage, but it's set up for the success of the MWBE and SBE communities. And so I want to make sure that everyone's aware of those. And this is the importance of the certification. So I'll just go through this. And this is really coming from the revised Denver Municipal Code. And that is in chapter 28, which is human rights. And so you'll see that we've got 3 different opportunities that are qualified strictly for the types of purchases that the city is going to engage in. And those are from contracts and purchase orders exceeding $1 million, defined procurement pool, which is from it's from 10,000 to 50,000. And then we've got SBE bid preference for city contracts and purchase orders that are from 50,000 to 250,000. So this was the NAICS codes that we were talking about. And so you'll see we have 469 of those. We can provide that. It's on the website. We can provide it. If anyone has a question, we can send you a link to those. So what you'll see, this is a small sample of it, but you've got 4 categories here. This is painting. And so you've got the city procurement category, the description, the NAICS codes, and the NAICS description. And this is a national industry standard. And so it's very important to be classified in that, because everything that we put out as a purchasing opportunity or a contracting opportunity is going to be qualified as a NAICS code description. And so to get qualified in those, that's the certification process. But I want to talk a little bit about then what that means from an opportunity standpoint. So in contracts and purchase orders, and Lance mentioned, these are above $1 million, and this is straight from the ordinance. And Lance mentioned, hey, how do we break those things up? Some of the larger pieces that we can now break up into some smaller opportunities. And this is one way the city has made I'll say, strong successes in doing that, both in goods and services, as well as design and construction. And so for opportunities at or above $1 million, what happens is these opportunities go to what's called a goals committee. And this is formed by the city and with DISBO. And this is a committee that's made up of industry partners, so from the MWBE, SBE communities, as well as citizens and as well as majority stakeholders in those NICS codes and as providers. And so what they do is they come together at a table and they listen to the opportunity being presented. They evaluate the opportunities available based on the NICS codes and how many certified firms we, the city, have to take part of this opportunity, and then develop a percentage goal. And that percentage goal is based on the total estimated cost or value of this contract. And so let's say we have $1 million worth of painting. We may have a goal established at 15%, 10%, 25%, given the fact that if we have ample opportunity to participate in these NICS codes, the higher the opportunity is to engage the SBE or MWBE community. So for this case, a goal will be provided, and then whoever wins that award or wins that contract or purchase order would be then, they would certify that they would make that obligation to meet that goal. So that's one opportunity for the SBE, and in this case, it's actually the MWBE community that applies to this procurement strategy. The next one is a defined procurement pool. So this is kind of going to the other side of things when things are less than $50,000. So what's interesting about this, and I'm not sure if everyone knows this, but by ordinance, when we put out something as a city between $10,000 and $50,000, we have an opportunity, if we have 3 or more defined pool of bidders in our SBE community, what we'll do is just say, hey, we're only going to the SBE community for this. It's not open to general bidding for the rest of the public. It's only for our certified vendors within those NICS codes that we are going to be procuring for. So this is a great opportunity to win some work because you're competing against your fellow SBE community members. And so that's really an opportunity to kind of work within a smaller pool and take advantage of opportunity, and an awesome way to kind of get to learn the city's processes. And so one of the things that we do want to point out is that the firm who's awarded that, they need to certify that they will complete 75% of the total amount of the contract value with their own forces, which is a great way because ideally you're the prime in this case anyway. The last one that I want to talk about is the SBE bid preference. And this is from $50,000 to $250,000 estimated cost of goods and services, whether it be the PO or the contract utilized. And so what this does is offers an opportunity to our SBE community members, because this is open to the public, open to public bidding through the city's website. However, what it does is as the bids are received, SBE members are given a 10% competitive edge in the bid pool. The contract amount is not decreased by 10%, but the low responsive bid is essentially taken 10% off of that. So you get a 10% competitive edge to be that low and responsive bidder among that bid pool. So that is, and again, it follows the same rule of providing 75% of the total amount of work with your own forces. So those are some unique opportunities that we have as partnering together within the SBE and the MWBE community to work together and to kind of build up the opportunities for our teams. So that's really what I wanted to talk to today. And we have another guest that I'm going to let Mr. Robinson introduce. See, he just walked in the room. And I think you guys will be excited to hear from him. So again, I'm happy to answer any questions related to these unique opportunities. But from here, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Murphy to introduce our next special guest. Thank you.